everyone, Amanda here from Scrimpingmommy.stampinup.net. So today I'm going to make a lovely note card gift set holder for you. Coming to Christmas and craft fair season, it's time to start getting gift making. So this starts at 11 3/4 by 6 1/4. Alright, so on the short side we're going to score at 1/2 inch. And then we're going to score at 5 3/4. If you see me rubbing my ball tool on the back of my hand, it puts a little bit of grease on there so that then when you're sliding down, your stylus doesn't slip. It just helps. Alright, so then on the short side, we're going to score at 3 3/4, 4 1/4, 8, and 8 1/2. Okay. Then what we want to do is fold and burnish all of those score marks. Do this in any kind of paper you like. You could layer it with DSP. I'm keeping it just plain cardstock. The reason being, and my idea is that not everybody has got loads and loads of supplies. Now as this folds together, you will see that the one side is longer than the other, so you need to identify that pretty quickly, right, because this is your front flap. Okay, so what we're going to do, just to remind myself that that's a front flap, I'm just going to notch them two corners just to remind myself so I don't stick it all the wrong way around. And once I've done my cutting, then I will remember. So what we're going to do first of all is we're going to cut up these two little squares. We're going to cut up each of the score line there, and then we're going to cut up there and release all of that and get rid of it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm cutting along the the far side of the line, and then I'm going to notch from the inside of the tab. I want this to stay square. We're not taking any off of this part. We're only notching that part. So go in just at the far side of the score line, so you're taking that bulk out, and then notch it there. Alright, I hope you can see that. Yep, so I'll do it again here. So around at the other side, so you're cutting at as close to the line as you can, but so that it's cutting that line away, and then you notch the tab, not the long tab, the short tab. Notch that. Yeah, we want this to stay square. You don't need to notch any of that. So again, here. Okay, and notch some of that away. Alright. Then, at this point, we can notch all of this in there. Sorry, cut the far side of that, and then we're cutting that away. And then it becomes apparent that that is then our top, so we don't forget. So we're cutting all of that away. Okay, as neatly as you can. If you'd rather do it on your trimmer, you can. Okay, so we're cutting all of that away. So then we're going to go to the other side and we're going to do the same. So we're cutting at the bottom end of that small tab, and then we're cutting the whole lot away on the far side of the score line, so that we're cutting the score line away as well, so that that unsightly bump isn't there. Okay. Cut that away. Okay, so then you've got that. So what we want to do now is we want to just round these corners. So we're just going to turn it over. We're going to round the corners of our front flap. Alright, and then we're actually going to stamp this for decoration instead of using DSP. It's great if you've not got loads of supplies. So I've mounted up my stamp here, which comes from Fancy Phrases. It's a beautiful site. You get lots of lovely sentiments, and then you get these focal points. Beautiful. So what I'm using is, Smoky Slate, which is a nice pale colour. It's not too dark. And the reason being that then you can coordinate whatever colours. If you want to add colour to this, you can have any colour you want, because anything will go with grey. Alright, I'm just going to angle it so that it fits on there, and then stamp that. Okay, like so. Alright, now what I've done on my sample, I can find my sample here. I coloured it with Stampin' Blends. Okay, I used Rococo Rose, Calypso Coral and Old Olive. Now if you use those, they do bleed through, so what you can do is just mat another piece of cardstock over the top there if it bothers you. Or if you use watercolour pencils, it won't show through. Doesn't particularly bother me, that. Okay, and as you can see then, we've got our little note cards inside there. Alright, so that's how it's going to work. And then we'll have a lovely fastening. Right, so we've done that. So I'm not going to do the colouring. I've shown you the sample. If you want to colour it, you can colour it. I'm not going to colour mine, just to save a little bit of time. So what we're going to do now is I'm flipping it over, and then just what we're going to do is the opposite end to there, we're going to put a notch in there. So I need a circle punch. If you don't have a circle punch, find something circular and draw around it, and then cut it out by hand, it doesn't matter. And that's just a little thumb notch there, it just makes it easier to get the cards in and out. Right, so what you want to do now is fold those little tiny flaps in, and we're going to add some adhesive to there. And then what we're going to do is, where the thumb notch is, yeah, we're going to put adhesive there on each one. I'm using the new Stampin' Seal Plus. This is the stronger one, so this should be fine to hold this little gift set together. So I'm putting a little bit on there. Okay, I don't even put any on, is it? There we go. And then I'm going to put some all the way down on the inside of this here, so that it then will wrap around the back. Okay, and you won't see it. Okay, so nice even pressure with a tick at the end. That's the trick to these. So then we're going to just lift these side bits up. Alright, and the little flap here will stick to the inside of there, and then the long flap goes around the back. Okay, so let's just line that up first. Okay, and then this just simply wraps around the back. Just be mindful, you want this part here to go around the back so that you don't see the join as much if you do that. Okay, let me just get my... I've done quite a small 1/2 inch increment here so that it's frugal on your supplies. So just take your time with it. Okay. Put that in, line it up and press. And that's your little box. Alright, super cute little box with your stamped little image there. I've not stuck that one on terribly straight for some reason. Let me see if I can just adjust that. I'm not sure if the Stampin' Seal will allow me to redo it, but we'll give it a try because it's not straight and it's bugging me. Okay. Alright, so let's have another go. Have another go at that. So do be mindful to get it straight, not like me and get it wonky, that's better. Okay, and then it closes nicer and neater at the side there then, like so. Alright, so like I say, you can colour that. And then our note cards to go inside are very, very simple. These measure 3.5, no they don't, they measure 5 by 7 and then they fold at 3.5, okay? Now you can get these pre-made if you so desire, already cut, already scored, and the matching envelopes, and you can get a set of 20 from Stampin' Up. Right, so those are the little envelopes and that's a little card. Okie doke. So all the work's done for you, so then all you'd need is a sheet of A4 cardstock, a pack of cards and a stamp set. Right, good to go. Easy peasy, dragon sneezer. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our lovely floral stamp. We're going to use the same one, and on our card base we're going to ink that up, and then we're going to decide which way around we want it. I think I want it that way, and I'm going not quite in the centre, as I want a little bit of room just at the bottom for my sentiment. So give that a press. and that'll stamp beautifully. You can colour that if you like. You can leave it plain. We're going to leave them plain just to be nice and quick. Then in a slightly darker colour, we're going to stamp our sentiment. Okay. And so this one says, I can't remember what it says. What does it say? I've forgotten. Let's stamp it and have a look. I've blinked. A little something just for you. You know when your brain goes blank, I couldn't think what the sentiment said then. So I'm just going to stamp that on the bottom left hand corner. Alright, like I say, you can colour those or you can leave them plain. That's all that done. And then what else we're going to do, just really quickly, just for a little bit of fancy, seeing as we've already got the ink and the stamp, we may as well make complete use of it. And we've got this extra little flower in the set. I'm just going to stamp that on the envelope, just for a little bit of added interest. And then you do 6 of those, alright. 6 of those, and then they go inside here, and you've got plenty of room for 6 there. And that folds over. Now, as I've shown you on this one, I have coloured that one, okay. And then so I'll go switch to the coloured one, and then what I've done is I've got some ribbon. I've got 2 kinds of ribbon here, whose name I've forgotten, but I'll leave it all on my blog, along with the measurements for this project. So I'm getting 2 side by side. I'm going to wrap it around the back like so. Alright, try and keep them straight. And then just trim off what we don't need. We're not going to need all of that. Let's give that a trim. Move those out of the way. Then this can be a bit fiddly, but it'll be worth it if you take your time. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn it on its side and trying to keep these ribbons side by side straight, and we're just going to tie them in a double knot. So that's 1. Okay. And then again, if it'll let me, if my fat thumbs and fat fingers will let me get in there and tie another knot. Come on, you slippery little sucker. Okay, there we go. There we go. We've got there in the end. And I just tie it in a double knot. Practice makes perfect. I need my other scissors. I need my ribbon cutting scissors, because I keep these just for ribbon so that they're nice and sharp. So I have 2 pairs of snips. That one's for paper and this one's for ribbon. Alright, and then it just keeps these nice and fresh. Don't mix fabric scissors with cutting paper, you'll blunt them. And you need an extra sharp pair for ribbon. So there we go, and then you can spread those out if you like. You've not had to tie a bow. If you're good at tying bows, you can tie a bow. I'm not, so I haven't. It's that simple. So there you go, you've got a lovely little gift set. Go and have fun and make some minimal supplies. You can buy your cards pre-done if you are, to make life just that little bit easier and quicker if you're short of time. Perfect little gift. I'll leave all the measurements over on my blog at scrimpingmommy.co.uk, and I'll see you again soon with another project. Bye for now.